I'll just have you know that I notified.
Right? Shannon, I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, I'll just add you to my list. I will. I will that away.
Else, you just-
I sent it to, asking before anybody else knew.
Yeah.
And everything. And,
I think I need to correct.
so the true story on it is a contractor here at High Service.
I'll correct that.
We didn't think to worry about it coming in. It didn't come back on, so we had the high service pump that pushes all the water to the plant.
That's not, that wasn't my first guess.
So there's no reason, it's just being hard.
Yeah. Well,
I will
that's
add
why
you
the
to-
essence out, maybe.
And so, yeah, because.
And you don't call.
No. So, yeah, because like, what meeting were you all at today?
So.
I apologize. I will add you to. Yeah, it's okay. So,
It's just funny, Shaq's like, this is.
so. But I'll keep you
I know Trevor is, well, I said, "Hey, you find out?" I said, "No."
Trevor called.
Trevor called the Howard, it was in the meeting.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
No, it actually worked. It's. Second person. And you go down the list.
No, just a quick text.
I will.
Okay.
But what you should be out of it tomorrow. I'm very back. And we call me on. Say, listen, here's what happened. We don't need this. Will you have it? No. So there's no condemn, no nothing. We don't need this. Well, you still have to do it.
Yes.
And I actually told a lot of people, it's not the city's fault this time. They still think it is, but Mayor, I will make sure you get it now on there.
And
I will.
I am not the most.
I actually thought about it. But then I'm going, no, not to. I said, no. I just figured out what that's it.
Yes. Larry was trying to figure it out. Somebody's doing
You will get one tomorrow.
They're doing a cultural
Resources
resources.
and release on civil. Or they figure it out, I don't know. They got a request.
Yes, that's not how we do
They only knows that like Saturday, only tonight. And so see, there's some exciting news there.
Yeah.
Like it's real open tonight. They're painting right now. They stayed last night. So they do fall. That's what we started doing.
Yeah. I'm not. Very deep thought there.
One of them.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're ranked number one.
What Jack and Rick? Four. Okay. Well, I get that feeling.
I know.
They would my day back here, so I'm like, some minutes, I go home and have some. Saturday. Where is it here? I'm worried.
Big plus.
No, those are the worst.
Right?
Oh, they make the dates for the got it.
I know, I'll have a couple of hours. That's good, right?
That's stifting. No, I was great. Sometimes I go home, I'm like, I want to do this.
They're going to
They
school.
got
up
half
here.
to do, right? Yeah.
A little firehouse there.
Yeah.
They're writing checks.
Mhm.
Yeah, you start all starting flying already. Have to send it to school.
That's my complaint.
I told them, I said, here's what you can do. They called you once?
Not just. It's in my house. You're not gonna copy it, so you want to send one, so, part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We put it on the follow page. Dirty,
Yeah.
dirty school. Team. I've never seen world sports.
That a couple of years ago when they tore our lockers.
I see their sides.
I-
And you do too.
Hard to think.
I didn't miss something. Skip the right call. Oh, you did. We do that. Yeah.
We do it.
Stacy. Stacy was there.
We can have a meeting after the meeting. It's interesting. All right, folks, it is 2:00. We're gonna go ahead and get started. We'll call this meeting to order. Start with just going around room and folks online, if you could just identify who you're with here. I'm Stacey Kinder, I'm mayor of the city of Cape, and I'm presiding the meeting.
Alex McElroy, Simpo staff.
Oz, Mayor Jackson.
Rodney Bulliger, City of Jackson. Matt Winter, City of Jackson. Stephen Downing, Commissioner of Cape County.
Mark Phillips, Cape Special Road District.
J.S. Collier, KLG.
Drew Christian, SEMO RPC.
Jenny, transit.
Trevor Pulley, City of Cape.
Chad Burner, SEMO Ready. Jeremy Tan, SEMO RPC.
All right, folks, and can we
And,
get online?
yes, online, Carrie Harbison, Anna Musill, Joe Killian, I believe that's Mike Brandon, and Tom Caldwell.
All right, thank you, Alex. I cannot see those words up there, so appreciate that. All right, welcome, everybody. We have an agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Jeremy, Blaine, any discussion? All in favor of the agenda, please say aye. Anyone opposed? All right, that carries. We had minutes from our October 15th meeting. Is there a motion to approve those?
I'll move.
Second.
Second, any discussion? You all have received those. Any discussion there? All right, hearing none. All in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that carries. I don't have anything to communicate right now. Is there anyone here in the public? I don't think we have anyone in the public wishing to make a comment.
No.
Okay. Yes, okay. All right, we'll move on then to new and unfinished business. First is resolution 2025-11, a resolution authorizing the executive director to negotiate and execute a contract for professional services for the development of a transit system planning study. Is there a motion to approve?
You want me to pitch it real quick?
Oh, you, okay, sorry. Yeah, in the city, we always, we get it on the table,
Getting
then
this
we,
done
sorry,
quick.
yeah, no, I was gonna have discussion time. Go ahead.
So back in July, beginning of our planning year, July and August, we worked to form an RFP for a transit planning system study. We issued the RFP in September 16th, with proposals due October 15th. So we allowed 4 full weeks for consultants to issue their proposals. In the RFP, we identified the scope as identifying employment areas that could be served by the CTA, namely the Nash Road Corridor, which is a growing industrial employment hub, as well as the city of Jackson, being a regional employment center and residential community. Within the RFP, we identified 7 specific tasks that need to be completed. One being project initiation and coordination, data collection analysis, market analysis and ridership forecasting, service alternatives development, financial and operational analysis, public and stakeholder engagement, and then a draft and final reports. From the solicitation, we received 8 proposals, so a healthy number of proposals. We were able to narrow down to 2 proposals that that rose to the top as being the highest qualified. And we presented a recommendation to the planning committee earlier this month, being Olson to conduct the study. Their proposal boasted a number of transit projects within Missouri. One being Springfield, Missouri, the Connect SGF Transit Optimization Study. They also conducted a Columbia, Missouri Comprehensive Transit Analysis, as well as a Kansas City, Missouri KACTA Route Restoration Transit Planning Study. They also did a Northwest Arkansas Bus Stop Enhancement Plan, and even more recently, a Joplin, Missouri Jackson Metro Transportation Plan. They do have familiarity with SEMPO, as they helped us with the development of our electric vehicle readiness plan, which I thought their team delivered very well on and worked well with our groups as well, between stakeholder engagement and public engagement, as well as myself. So the planning committee held our recommendation, and that's the recommendation to you today, is to approve Olson for the transit system planning study. I do have a copy of their proposal in case folks want to take a look at it.
All right. Any questions, discussion?
I move we adopt the resolution.
Second.
Okay. All in favor then of adopting resolution 2025-11, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That carries, great. That's 8, that's good.
It was a very
Yeah.
healthy response.
Yeah.
We don't normally receive that many.
Well, next, resolution 2025-12, a resolution authorizing the executive director to negotiate and execute a contract for professional services for the development of a multimodal freight plan.
I'll couch this one and then I'll turn it over to SEMA Regional Planning, who's doing the contract administration for this project. Similar to the transit study, in July and August, we were developing the request for qualifications. We released the RFQ on October 24th. We allowed them 4 weeks to issue their proposals. We received 6 proposals from that solicitation. Again, 2 rose to the top as being the most qualified based on our reviews. We took those 2 proposals to the planning committee earlier this month, and we received some feedback. So at this point, I'll turn it over to Mr. Tans to share some of the analysis and feedback.
Yeah, so the TPC with the assistance of Shad kind of shared it with some of the multimodal stakeholders in the region, the 2 proposals. When we got our feedback together, there was less than a point difference scoring between the 2 proposals. They were very close. They're very similar in scope and in style. With the 2 proposals, one being from Jack Fawcett Analytics, with GFT, which was formerly Trans Systems, and the Lockmuller Group. The comments from the reviewers were pretty much, we'd be good with either. So we don't have a direct suggestion for either one to present, but the Lockmuller, I know Alex has copies of the proposals in your packets for you guys to kind of skim through, but when it comes to scope and everything, they are very similar. Now Lockmuller, they do have a history of the project with the MPO because they completed some planning projects with the MPOs before us. And they've completed similar multimodal studies for the Champaign and Urbana, Illinois area, the Greater Egypt Regional Planning Commission that contains the Southern Illinois MPO. They propose a 12-month process, and they're going to do 2 public meetings in that process, like an open house style at the draft and final draft stage. Jack Fawcett and GFT is currently contracted with the State Missouri Freight and Rail Plan, so they are doing that update with the state of Missouri. They've done similar studies in Augusta, Georgia, Stonecrest, Georgia, and Toledo, Ohio. They're proposing to deliver it in 9 months, but have 3 months on the end for final reviews and adoption. They're proposing like 7 meetings throughout the thing with stakeholders themselves. Lockmuller says they're going to have constant feedback from stakeholders, but Jack Fawcett says 7 meetings with stakeholders, 3 public forums at various stages. So the way everything kind of shook out, there was about a $450 difference in the 2 proposals. So, I mean, they're right there too. So if the board has a preference either way, we would be happy to take that recommendation. Otherwise, we would just kind of suggest maybe the Jack Fawcett, just because it did score slightly higher and it is slightly less cost.
It was like $480.
It was not much. It was.
I can make comments about Fawcett. We use them on several projects. We just used them on our next quick project. They were able to come in on a timeline better than any other engineering firm in the area. We gave them a timeline, a very quick timeline for the most spring because they were sitting on the shelf. They were the engineering firm that worked very well with my engineering group. Very professional, very good. They delivered before we asked and right at cost.
Is it helpful that Jack Fawcett is working on the state level?
I scored that as a bonus. Yeah.
And I guess for me, it would be good to have another group we're working with. When we work with Lockmuller a lot, sometimes good, sometimes in issues. I guess I would, and since they got the points, I know it was smart, I guess I would go in the area of also just because of kind of somebody new that we can experience and listen to.
So they're not, nobody's familiar with their work. They haven't done similar work in
They
the
do
area
have
at
a
all.
pretty impressive team they put together. They have some staff that we're familiar with. Cheryl Ball previously from MoDOT. They have a former innovation officer from Federal Highway. So they do have some staff, and they had indicated that they would have staff in person, is that correct? For some of the public engagement. That was some of the concern because they're a little bit more remote and their teams are located in different areas. So we thought it'd be a lot more of a hybrid approach. But in a follow-up question that Jeremy had sent them, they kind of reassured us that they did have some staff locally.
Now, I'll note, I was the one to kind of raise a flag during the technical committee, because it didn't appear to me that many of our logistics companies had been involved in this process. And I thought, since we had a pretty good tie, we should get it to them and see what they thought. And so we did send that out to 4 or 5 companies. A couple got back with us and had the same reaction we did, which is they both look good. Don't really have a strong opinion either way. Seems like the scope's strong. So I felt more comfortable having heard that from some folks, and Carrie Harbison did a review on it as well with Word. So I think that didn't lead us in a direction necessarily, but I felt good having that conversation.
Either. Just the strong.
Given that they're so closely lined, I would suggest the one that scored the 1 point higher. I'd also take the mayor's points that it is a different firm that we don't necessarily have experience with, which could lead to, a good outcome. We know we have a good, strong working relationship with Lockmuller. I don't know that transit is, their #1 wheelhouse. I think Jack Fawcett is a little bit more aligned with subject matter experts, just from my review of it. But I really do like working with Lockmuller, so it's difficult to pass up something it's going to be a good working relationship with something unknown. But Jack Fawcett does have a lot of good expertise on their side.
This topic is a little bit more, as you say, then a little bit stronger.
That's how their proposal read. It sounded like they had a good number of subject matter experts. Cheryl Ball from MoDOT was their freight guru for quite some time.
Well, I'll move then that we go with the Jack Fawcett.
Second that.
Whatever, what's the word, the good word for it, the,
Jack Fawcett Analytics.
Yeah.
JFA, we just on JFA.
okay, and Dwayne, you seconded? Any further discussion? All in favor then? Anyone opposed? All right, the motion carries. Next, we have a discussion of the Metropolitan Transportation Plan.
Right. Well, most recently, we held 2 more open houses on October 29th in Cape at the Osage Center, October 30th in Jackson at the Civic Center. That was following 2 previous open houses we had held back in July on July 22nd or July 21st and 22nd. We were able to get our open houses advertised in the Missourian. We had them on city social media, KSBI and Fox 23 ran article on it, and we had it on all of SEMPO's social media sites. Our consultants continue to work on the transit system needs assessment. They'll be wrapping that up this month. They're also working simultaneously on the financial plan in the month of November, and then early into December. And when I spoke to them last, which was earlier this week, they anticipated sometime in December. So sometime next month, we'll have a draft to the planning committee and the board. Any questions on the MTP or the open house?
The next is the tip update.
Tip update, I'll turn over to SEMA Regional Planning in case they have anything new to report, but they've been working simultaneously with our Metropolitan Transportation Plan as we develop their illustrative and fiscal constraint list. That goes in and hand in hand with our TIP development.
Yeah, we've been doing narrative updates, and then I've started reaching out to local jurisdictions to get information about specific projects, and then the 5-year projected budgets for income and outlays for transportation. So if you have not heard from me yet, and you're a local jurisdiction, you will be hearing from me shortly to get that information pulled together. Previous version of the plan is up on the website. If you're, it's not like a lot of detailed financial information, but you can look at the previous plan and kind of see just the general breakdown of what I'll be looking for. But I'll be finishing up getting in touch with everybody for that, and then working that into the document, bringing the project list in. So if you have any projects that you would like that are not MoDOT or federal projects, now would be a good time to get those in as well.
And within our TIP, is it regional projects of regional significance for individual cities that would rise to the need of being in the TIP?
Questions on that? All right, we'll move to member reports, starting with City of Cape. Mr. Fuller?
Latest news, Lexington will be completely open tonight. Tonight. They're finishing up the paving today, right now as we speak. We'll have temporary striping on it, and it should be opened up tonight. That's Lexington now. So once Lexington's done, we're gonna start on more spring. It's gonna be going out to bid in the next month. We should have a contractor picked before the end of the year. And they should be starting on the new roadway, ADA intersection, signal lights. Right now, we've got a lot of concrete repair going on for the next 2 months, probably 6 weeks, mainly famous Minnesota, Southern Expressway, and you got asphalt repair, Bloomfield, Good Hope, and Spring, Sheridan. We're redoing the entire Spring Street, right there, we have a large water main break. South Spring is going to be closed until about the first of the year. They're still working on some of the infrastructure in the streets, but they have paved some of the roads. Still working the Cape Walk Water Plant. As everybody knows, we've got a oil water advisory for half the town right now. We had a contractor hit one of our ice service pumps and walked away from it, and it stayed off for 5 minutes, which in turn made the water pressure go down to 15 psi. DNR required us to do a boil water advisory. None of the pipes are open. They're just making us do it. It should be lifted tomorrow around noon. Was not the city's on this one. Contractor just wasn't watching what he was doing. We've got a lot of stormwater projects going on right now, from one of the watersheds. Mainly water, we're still working on a lot of it. Mayor, that's all I have.
Can you remind the North Spring project
North Springs.
from where to where?
It's gonna go from Lexington all the way to Rote.
Oh, the whole
The whole.
stretch. I did not realize that.
We are working with SEMO for games, and make sure we don't keep it closed down for them. We're working with them on some of the right of ways. They're going to donate what we need to us. We'll be closing off one of the driveways right there by roads. We have ATM is SEMO's property. They're willing to do it. That's what the new signal light will be. To help with more safety right there with that mid-block crossing. We do not like those crossings in the middle of a intersection.
Yeah.
So we're getting rid of that one for right there, the intersection.
Great. All right, thank you.
Full
City,
signal.
City of Jackson.
Okay, thanks, Mayor. Our East Jackson Boulevard roadway lighting project, that's a MoDOT cost share. Plan specs and bid documents are nearly complete, and we should be should be bidding that within the next couple of months. We did receive a letter of no adverse effects from NDNR in response to submitting our cultural resources survey memos. So our engineer is continuing to work with MoDOT to address the comments and get final approval of the project package. Once we receive that, we will go out to bid. Humble Creek Recreation Trail Phase 3A is a MoDOT TEP grant. We were awarded that back in April. The project will include an underpass at West Jackson Boulevard near the high school, extend the trail south to the soccer park. We're just awaiting the program agreement from MoDOT to be able to start on engineering. Humble Creek Recreation Trail Phase 3B is a land and water conservation grant application that the city staff submitted on November the 12th. This will pick up where the Phase 3A ends and includes a pedestrian bridge over Humble Creek and the trail segment connected to the end of the existing path within the soccer park. Our 2025 concrete street improvement program is completed. That was lobby cement finishing, about $350,000. Work is done, and a final quantities change order was approved by the board this past Monday night. So that one's done. Our 2025 asphalt street improvement program is underway. Work started early November. That's Apex Paving Company, and the contract award was about $190,000. Our East Main Street sidewalk MoDOT TAP project. Contractor's lobby is about $500,000. Construction is nearly complete and on track for completion by the end of November. We will take a final quantities change order to the mayor and the board on December 1st to close that out. Our Deerwood Drive roundabout project is also a MoDOT cost share. Front of our concreters was awarded a $1 million project on that. The construction began this Monday, November 17th, and the mayor and the board are currently considering a change order to modify the traffic plan that would close Deerwood on both sides of the roundabout, which would improve efficiency and save a month of contractor completion time. So we'll take that to them for a formal review and approval at the next meeting on December 1st. The middle school crosswalk and sidewalk is a MoDOT TAP. Smith & Company is our consulting engineer, and they've completed preliminary design review. They are preparing to submit plans to MoDOT to be able to proceed with plan specs and estimates. They're also getting property information together to finish up the right-of-way and anticipated easement drawings. And then finally, our water line upgrade along East Jackson Boulevard is Nip Kelly Construction Company, a little over $1 million. Construction started in August and should be finished by the end of January next year. It's underway, it's progressing on schedule. And there will be a part 2 next year. Our engineer is working on easement descriptions in preparation for that, which will go from basically Aldi to Old Cape Road. So that's where we're at. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Scott Cities. King County.
We wrapped up paving about 2 weeks ago. Started the year with 21 weight limited bridges. We knocked out 3 of those this year. 2 of those were cost share projects. One of them was on us. The plan for next year is to probably put 4 bridges of those 18 on the list. 2 of those will be BRO projects. 2 of those will be projects we assume on our own. One of those BRO projects is going to be pretty big. It's going to cross the Virgin Channel at Allenville. So that's a tall bridge with a big span. We're not sure with the government shutdown and et cetera, we're going to get get those on next year, but the plan is to continue eliminating those weight limited bridges, as quickly as possible. Paving, next year, we're gonna, increase the number of miles that we convert from gravel to hard surface. We've been averaging about 2 to 3 a year. We're gonna try to move that up to 6. We're gonna delay some overlaying projects that need to be done, but, some of these bridges or some of the roads have been promised for over 10 years. And so we're gonna prioritize trying to convert more of those gravel roads to hard surface. Of course, it's gonna all kind of depend on where we end up as we're working on budgets for next year, where we end up with final numbers and stuff like that. That's kind of where we're at, what we're looking at for next year.
Thank you. Special road.
We are trying to finish up, our bridge replacement project for the year on County Road 635. It's all but complete. We're just waiting on an asphalt contractor to come in and lay the asphalt. It will be done, hopefully by the end of the month. But I think they're all scrambling right now to finish up all their projects, so I don't really have a date. Other than that, we've been, prepping for winter operations and just routine maintenance. Thanks.
CTA. Nothing really new. Got new vehicles in and had a record month of ridership last month for us. We provided over 16,000 rides in the county. Just.
That's good news.
That's big news, yeah. Yeah, so we're excited, yeah. Great.
RPC. Already said it.
Yeah, pretty much covered, right?
Timo Ready.
Nothing on mine.
ODOT.
Mike, do you have any report from MoDOT?
Well, not a whole lot. I mean, we're busy right now. We're starting the STIP season, so we've kind of identified many of our pavements and bridges to include for the next STIP. It's going to be asset management heavy, and let's see. I think we're working to identify some safety projects in the area. Hopefully, we can find some stuff that lines up with the unfunded needs list to at least some degree. And I don't know, Joe, were you going to say anything about the last week's letting?
I wasn't going to mention that. I have a construction updates.
Okay. Well, I'll just add then that we let Route 61 job. It's a short one. It just goes from 177 to Drury Lane. Apex is the apparent low on it right now, so we'll see. The commission approves bids next. It's usually early. I'm not exactly sure if they changed the dates or not. It's usually in the first week of December, first week of the month usually, but changes sometime. But anyway, that's all I got.
Thank you. And IDOT?
Nothing to add.
Okay. Thanks. Alex?
Nothing further.
Okay, any other business we need to discuss?
Joe had.
Oh. Oh, another, sorry, Joe, MoDOT?
Yeah, so we have updates on some of the current construction projects. The Emerson Bridge, the work continues on that. And working on the westbound side of the bridge, they're about 75% complete. We did have an issue that came up a couple of weeks ago, and we had to get some extra expertise on that. Traffic should be switched back to normal in a few weeks. The Route 72 project in Jackson going west. Rodney had inquired about this week or last week, and most of the paving is done on that, but there are some striping and some issues that do need to be attended to. I think most of that work is going to continue to be night work, but we have kind of passed along some concerns to the contractor, so they're working on those. The Division Channel bridge work on Route 25, just west of the MPO, that work is completed. Going back into Jackson, Rodney had also mentioned, and I'm sure drivers are noticing, we're putting up some poles there for some CCTV cameras. And we also have 3 locations there in Jackson at Starlight out at 34 and 72. at East Main Street and 61, and then at the big intersection with 61, 25, and 72. Additionally, City of Cape will be getting one for the intersection of 61 and Mount Auburn in Lexington. So that'll be nice. Most of you are probably familiar, but those cameras feed into our traveler information map, which is really handy during inclement weather. And in fact, Channel 12 will often show some of the pictures from that. And you can go out there and kind of look and see what road conditions look like, what traffic's moving like during inclement weather. The drainage project that was on Highway 61 through the middle of town, most of that work is complete. Crews are going to be doing some cleanup work down around Dirt Cheap, and they're going to need to do some sodding in some multiple areas. But outside of that, that is pretty much the work that we have. In January, we're looking to have the letting for the I-55 project. That will also include, I say January, I think January, maybe February, we're looking for that. That'll also include some of the work on the Bloomfield Road Bridge over I-55. And I think that's all that I have unless someone has a question.
Ready? No? Okay. Thank you, Joe. You had those. Okay. Any other issues? Hearing none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second discussion. All in favor of adjourn, please say aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I bet you.